We want to be cute, classy, and we want to influence your mindset. So, financial therapy, financial healing, influence with therapy, empowering your wallet. She minds her money. Financial therapy for us. Influence. What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Influence Her Mindset podcast. I'm Miko, and I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining us today. Well, happy holidays and happy new year. Can you believe we are at the end of 2024?
Man.
Oh my goodness, where did the time go? I can't believe we're about to be in 2025. Like, really, we are on our 10th episode. This is the last episode of season 1. So we will see how it goes in season 2 for 2025. But I just want to take some time out to say thank you to all of you, all the viewers, everybody that supported our show all year. I'm just so grateful. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. So today we want to kind of like piggyback off of the last episode, because in the last episode I had the group chat, and you heard from 4 different people about their individual experiences and how their upbringing and childhood shows up in their everyday life and their dating life. So today we are going to have like a little follow-up, and it's going to be a real talk with my good friend here, Mr. Guy, who I have been knowing since the 6th grade. We used to be in homeroom together all the way up to high school. So from Albert Thomas Junior High all the way to Sterling High School. So we've been knowing each other for a long time. And Guy is like a brother to me. So we are going to get to hear from him, hear from his heart. I want you to just tune in, and so you could really have a great understanding of how the men in your life, or how a man really is truly a product of his environment. So listen closely, because it really does take a brave man to share some of the points that he is going to share with us tonight, of how he was pretty much groomed or like shaped into a womanizer, a hustler, a ladies' man, just a pimp, a player, just out of your environment. You just had to almost be shaped into this. You didn't have a choice. This is how you were raised. So really tune in, because I want you to see that a lot of times we're dealing with people in our lives, especially the men in our lives, and under all of the things that we go through in dating and relationships, most of that is from the outer effects or the after effects of them just burying so much pain and suffering up under everything that they have endured. And so sometimes the hurt that you've endured hurts other people. And it's just, inevitable that somebody is going to get hurt in the process. It's not intentional, but we are here to talk about it. I'm going to give you the platform. And here at the Influence Her Mindset podcast, we have a platform for real healing, a healthy, safe space for you to really heal and be whole in your mindset. So I want to take the time to let you introduce yourself. And, I know you're working on a book. You can tell us about the book you want to do. And also, just give us your heart about the rebirth of Guy and your intentional healing journey to change a legacy. So without further ado, this is Mr. Guy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miko. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here in the company of someone that I've known since my childhood. You've always been a nice person, very beautiful, very kind.
Thank you.
I'm just blessed and to be graced by your presence. And
Thank you so much.
right. And so and I really want to say that I'm glad that I didn't uh, that I have never tried to pursue you in a manner of a relationship because it probably been detriment.
I'm glad too. Thank you
Right,
for
and
sparing
then
me,
right,
God.
yeah, I'll
Thank
spare
you.
you. But now, with that said, though, it's a pleasure to be here.
Great, great, great. So, welcome. So, tell us a little bit about your childhood and your upbringing and just what makes you who you are.
Well, good question. Where I'd like to start from my story. For growing up in a household amongst my mom, grandmothers, and uncles and aunts and cousins, just the whole 9 yards. Even the neighborhood I grew up in Sunnyside, Texas, what we
Mm-hmm.
call Sunnyside, Texas, well, just South Side area, period.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Started very on in life. I was first of all was born to my mother from my mother at the age of 14, 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She was it was like a child having a child,
Mm-hmm.
and at that time, from my understanding, from what I was told from my mom and the rest of the family, that when she uh, got noticed that she was pregnant, she told her mother, which is my grandmother, whom we call Sweet, and she told Sweet that like, I'm pregnant. So back in them days, I guess she was like, "Well, I ain't raising no more kids."
Right.
And at the time, my grandmother had 4 girls and 4 boys. And
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 uncles and I have 3 aunts. A few have deceased, rest in peace. But yeah, so when she told her, my mom told her mom that she was pregnant, she set her hair on fire and put out.
Wow.
Yeah, literally put her hair, set her hair, on, took the light and put her hair on fire and kicked out the house. And she was pretty much on her own through my pregnancy. And then I believe that my great grandmother, which we call Medea, that
Mm-hmm.
lives in Sunnyside, that was the house for all the kids to
Mm-hmm.
come. Pretty much all
Mm-hmm.
my aunt kids was raised by my great grandmother,
Right.
and we grew up together in the household. But so from my understanding that she ended up going live there, and when I was conceived and I come to this world, she left me there with her. So for a while, I thought that my mother was actually my aunt.
Wow.
All along, I thought my grandmother, my great grandmother, actually, which we call Medea, I thought she was my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So from the age pretty much of 0 to 6 or 7, uh, my mom used to come to the house,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that when she come to the house, she used to wear the lit mink coats and stuff. She used to be rings on every finger. She was very beautiful. And when she come in the house, all the kids be like, "They go Aunt Tiger, they go Aunt Tiger." So everybody call her Aunt Tiger. So that's my auntie too. I'm like, that's my auntie too. But she ain't never said I'm her son. I ain't never got
Right.
that type of love. But I noticed that as I reflect back as a kid, I noticed that she used to pull me to the side and show me like more love, like a little affection. She was just tough. She'll punch you in the chest or whatever, or grab that's Aunt Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she'll stuff my pocket with more money than she'll give everybody else.
Yeah.
So I never really understood that, but people felt like I was the favorite or whatever, her favorite
Mm-hmm.
nephew. But to speed time up a little bit wrong, when I was like 10 years old, uh, that's when she had got shot. Wrong about 9 years, about 9, because my grandma ended up passing about a year later. Wrong about like 9 years old, someone came to the house, knocked on the door, boom, boom, boom. Well, they really walked in because we didn't have doors open. I mean, locked back then. They doors be wide open
Yeah.
and the windows up and everything. So you know how they go. But when they come to the house, oh, somebody shot Tiger. So everyone, somebody shot Tiger. So so my grandmother come out of there. What? Somebody shot Tiger. So well, get your coat. I was the only one guy in the car with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And knowing my little brother, probably at the time he probably been like 2 or 3 years old, something like that. So I think we about 4 or 5 years apart. So so she like, get your coat, you know what I'm saying? So we go and knowing during that time, you didn't have too many hospitals by what Jeff Davis
Yeah.
and Ben Taub.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying about Ben Taub. You're talking
Right.
about you'd rather wait on the cab instead
I
of
hope you
the
make
ambulance going
it.
to Ben Taub. But yeah,
Right.
so I never forget we sitting there and she tell me, she say, baby, I want you to know if something happened to your mom. And I just want you to know that everything gonna be all right. I got so I'm saying to myself like, Mama, what's gonna happen to you? You know, you my
Right.
mama. You know, I
Right.
don't know who's this. Who you
Right.
talking?
Who
I'm
is
thinking we
that?
here for Aunt Cynthia. I mean Aunt
Right.
Tiger. Her
Yeah.
real name is Cynthia
Yeah.
Pearson, but we call her
Yeah.
Tiger, and she's a tiger. But anyway, so when she tell me that, so I'm young, so I'm just kind of brushing over.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, the year or so after that, I was forced to move in with my mother. Now, mind you, my grandmother, we was at church,
Hmm.
Sunday school, love, prayed together, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? A family that pray together, they stay together.
Right.
But I had my real morals and principles and values came from my grandmother.
Yeah. Your
It was
real
like,
love
yeah,
for
my real love,
women.
and right, my real love. And I seen my other grandmother because I was fortunate to have my great grandmother and my dad's mother lived about 4 miles up the street, and my mother, which we call Sweet, lived another 2 or 3 miles up the street. Everything was walking distance for me.
Right.
And I can go to any one of them house any time of the day, after school, doing something, whatever, and just walk in their house, and it was just look. They welcome me in like I
Yeah.
live there.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate the most, and that's why I miss that grandmother love, that really love.
Hmm.
So the
Unconditional
transition, the
love.
unconditional love,
Yeah.
and so what happened was when I was forced to move in with my mother. Now, mind you, my uncles, all of them around too. They
Hmm.
around, and I noticed all my uncles was players or hustlers. Even one of them was a real live pimp,
Hmm.
and and I actually stayed in a house with this particular uncle. Like especially when I moved in from my grandmama passing, was forced to move to my mama. So and her. My mama and this uncle, particular her older brother, they like this.
They were real
Right,
close.
he was real
Okay.
close. So but he was the one that really out there with the women,
Right.
the most. But all my uncles messed around with more than one woman. I ain't never seen none of my uncles with one woman. So it's a prerequisite in our
Yeah.
family to have more than one woman.
Okay.
So but anyway, so get to my upbringing with my mom. The transition went from literally from hell. I mean, from heaven to hell. I was in heaven with my grandma. I went straight to hell living with my mom. And I seen some things in my mom that, hey, man, it's like, man, it's unbelievable. I just seen her cut people, fight people, stab people. But
Wow.
things that really stuck with me the most or really was detrimental to me was the act of sex that I seen my mom partake in with these guys who she claimed that, oh, this your uncle. This cousin such and such, family friend. So I'm saying to myself, now I know my uncles. You know what I'm talking about? And I look like a lot of my uncles. I know she
Yeah.
got 4 brothers. So who are these fellas are?
Right.
But
You got
so
a lot of
early on, so
uncles.
I'm sharp. I'm observing
Right.
that, and they'll go in the back room. They say, I got the tennis shoes I wanted. We got food on the table. So I start paying attention to the pattern. Like when we lacking things around here, when this so-called uncle come by, they
We
go
get
in the
some
back and we
money.
get some money. So actually, I hate to say it, but my mama probably was prostituting there.
Right.
But with all due respect, I think she was doing what she had to do to survive.
Right.
Remind you, she's 13, 14 years old, 50, having a child on the street. She was a
Hmm.
real live
So
street
she
woman.
grew
So
up in
she
the
right.
street.
It was survival. So I come to understand that now and appreciate that now as my adult years, and we talked about everything. But anyway, like I say, it was hell on living with my mom because we was really pillar to the post, and everywhere we move, she'll get evicted.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
okay.
about? So all through our Sunnyside, all through our South Park, Hearn Clark, I done been to Madison, Worthing, Sterling, I done been to Woodson, Thomas, and that's how I know a lot of people.
Right.
And it was towards my advantage with me being managed for one thing. We were talking about me being managed. And how that come about, like I say, my mom living like a nomad, living from pillar to post,
Yeah.
she would leave us with somebody.
Hmm.
Now what took place with this here, uh, it was what we call a nanny or somebody that's keeping us.
Now, how
And
old were you when you were with the nanny?
well, it started off. I was about like 10 when it
Okay.
first started off, and she used to not make well had a nanny keep us for 2 3 days or sometime a week at a time. Cause my mama in the streets.
And she
She
busy.
right, and
She
she
ain't
good.
got
She ain't
time
got
to be a
time.
mama.
Right, and it's 2 boys. You know what I'm talking about? It's really, but my sister come on a little after that. But at the time, my sister wasn't here. My
Okay.
sister come from another mother. Me and my brother have the same mom and dad.
And where was your dad in this part of your life?
Well, I've seen and they had a toxic relationship. And far as I can honestly say, my dad was there, but he was like a cool dad.
Hmm.
He was a player. and he took me and my brother around with him. Actually, showcases us around so he can catch other women. 'Cause, we real handsome. You know how they, oh, he's so handsome. And then as soon as that opened the doors for him to say something to them. Those are
Right.
my boys. And then next thing you know, that same girl was calling me handsome. We at her house, me and my daddy. And then we get to the girl house or whatever. He's like, man, give my son them keys. I was driving, and this is probably when I was about 12, 11, 12 years old.
You
Probably,
dropped your daddy off and drove his car at 12.
Right. Well, we'll go to this girl house or one of his women house, and he'll make them give me their keys.
Oh,
While he
really?
there taking care of business with them, whatever. I just take off in the car, might turn from blocks or something. I start learning to drive just by that. Like him just
Really?
chunking
On
me the
your
keys
own?
on my own, really.
On your own.
You know what I'm
Learn
talking
to
about? So my
drive.
daddy,
Wow.
he was the type, hey man, hands on, you gonna learn it, you
You a
gonna
man,
figure it out.
go.
Right.
Figure it out. Go
Figure it
drive.
out. Yeah, so-
Come back and get me in 2 hours.
That's right. So but I can understand, not taking nothing from my dad. I wish
Yeah.
he was a better dad.
Right.
And we all wish that we probably had better parents, but I
Right.
had what I had, and I learned a lot from him. He was a street dude,
Right.
and he was a player,
Okay.
So, yeah.
So back to the nanny. Like, how old would you say the nanny was? that
Well,
you-
at the same age my mom.
okay.
at the time,
So
so-
at this time, your mom was what? Like, 19?
Probably let's say for
19,
sure
20?
15. No, probably I'm 10 at the time, so 15. So what's that? 25.
Okay.
So she about 25 years old,
Okay.
and the woman same age.
Okay.
They the exact same, pretty much the same age. Or the woman probably was a little older than my mom. I'll tell her. But
Okay.
yeah. And so to tell you the expound on that a little bit, so the nanny got us, and so she started off the grooming part. I call. She bathed. Now back in the days, brothers took a bath together. So me and my
Right,
brother
right.
bathed together, even with my mama, me and my grandmama, we bathed together.
Right.
So at
Two
his
boys,
age, yeah,
that's
yeah,
normal.
we it's
Right.
normal. So
Brothers.
I'm the oldest, he the baby. You know what I'm saying? So but
Wash up one.
right,
You
right,
get out.
you
and
get
then
out,
I'll
right,
do
right.
something.
But I noticed she used to wash him up real quick,
Yeah.
and leave me in the tub. So
Right.
while I'm left in the tub, she'll come in there, bathe me, wipe me down, make me stand up. Just make me feel like I'm taking a physical. Raise your nuts up, cough. Well, excuse my language.
Yeah.
Raise your balls up, cough. That's how I felt. But
Yeah.
but she was just examining me. All
Right.
the way fully. So I guess she was grooming. So it went from that for a while. I say probably about like a good 2 or 3 months, and then it went from putting my brother to sleep early and to come here lay down with me. So I lay down with her, and I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm watch TV or whatever. Next thing you know, she caressing me, touching me or whatever, and kissing on me and stuff like this. So it went from kissing and touching, and around all the way to I was probably about like 11, going on 12 years old. I ain't never said nothing until the penetration part come in. Now, when she started like forcing me to, penetrate her. And I'm just going with the flow. I don't. So she already got me comfortable by laying in the bed with her, by bathing me,
Yeah.
all this stuff is. So I ain't saying nothing, I don't know what to really say or tell until I end up telling my uncle.
So wait. So nanny she has gone from grooming you to touching you to you guys. Were you following her, or was she just doing you?
No, I was following. She
would show
interacting,
you
right, showing me how to
do
kiss her, how to touch her, and naming parts on her body and everything.
And so she was showing you how things were supposed to be done
Right.
at 12 years old.
At 12 years old.
And not to be too graphic, but when you penetrated her, like, did you use protection?
No.
No protection.
No protection. I'm laying up with this woman like we husband and wife.
But at 12, do you have like
Yes, erection. 12.
semen comes out?
Yes. At 12 years old, you a lot of guys you do the research
To pull out or
having wet dreams.
Right,
A lot
at
of guys
12.
at 12.
Okay,
you have
okay.
wet dreams at 12 years old. And some guys excuse the language, but masturbate at 12 and 13 years old at that time, So
this nanny, like, was it just penetration or was
everything.
it was
that-
oral?
Everything you could think of.
Because you
with
were very
sex.
graphic to
Right.
tell me about the story. So
Right.
as clean as you
Right.
could tell this story, go into
that's
the
what I'm trying to do.
details.
Well, like I say, and I noticed as I've been so observant of her body, with touching her body so much, like like I done did autopsy on the woman body. You know what I'm talking about? So and she was so pretty. As I think back now, even throughout my years, she reminded me of Foxy Brown.
Really?
And she, Foxy Brown, the actor, Pam,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pam Grier,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
and had the what you call the
Oreo.
Oreos for the woman, that man,
The
and
areola.
and not to be too graphic, she had a hairy vagina.
Right.
And when she was making me have oral sex with her, I never, to this day, I remember that shampoo smell. It was like, I
Wow.
forgot the name of the shampoo, but it was like that gold looking bottle back in the days. If anybody can remember,
Baby shampoo?
man,
Or
it was
was
some
it
kind of baby shoe, shampoo.
Johnson and Johnson?
Johnson, yeah, it had been some type of Johnson. But I never forget it, and I can remember when we get, and then we started bathing together. She used to always use that
Right.
for a body, period.
For a
She
whole
was right,
body
but
wash.
and I can remember right now vividly looking at that bottle, and it's a shampoo bottle.
Man.
And when I used to perform oral sex on her, which she forced me to do, I used to always, that smell stayed with me. That smell, she was clean. Think about a woman vagina, and all that. She was clean, but that shampoo smell left a stain on my brain.
Right.
That's all I can say. And just her, period, her skin complexion, everything, and and that stuck in my mind. And I think that's a dangerous thing to depict something like that for a child,
Yeah.
a mind that ain't really been developed.
So what was your mindset back then? Was it like did you think anything was wrong with what you were doing?
Yes, most definitely. I went at the time. That's what made me go tell my uncle.
Okay.
And at this time, I called my uncle and I was like, "Uncle, I got something to tell you." And he was like, "All right, I'll be over there." Since it's so, he thinking it's probably something about fighting or with a dude or something in the street, something happened. 'Cause I'm a young boy playing sports or something.
Yeah.
There's been times he had to come and fight an older guy or
Yeah,
something.
he want to know
what's
who
going
I
on.
need to knock out real
Right.
quick.
So,
What's up? What's
yeah.
up?
So
Yeah.
he pulled up on me. I said, "Uncle, man, I said, man, I've been molested." He said, "What?" He like, "Shit, where he at?" He was like, he think I'm talking about it. Got to be talking about a dude.
Yeah.
I said, "No, it ain't no dude." I said, "Man, it's the lady that be keeping us." He said, "What?" He said, "What you mean?" Molesting you. I said, "Man, she be, been since since grandma, big mama passed my deal, we had to move in with Tiger. When Tiger moved over here by Meadow Green, it started taking place with this woman." And he was like, "Man, so what happened? What's going on?" I said, "Man, she been bathing me, and from bathing me, kissing me, showing me how to kiss her, showing me how to go down on her." That's our terminology I was using, Marco. Go down on her, and then so what you do? Did you F her? That's the word.
Yeah.
I say, I mean, yeah, I mean, I went, yeah, we had sex. Boom, it hit me in the chest, and then grabbed me. That's what I'm talking about, nephew. You a man. So he
Wow.
condoned it.
Yes.
This, as I think back, I'm like, so from that point there, that really solidified me as being a man, a young man, a boy. This is what's supposed to take place.
At 12.
So, and from that point, I became a woman adventurer.
A
You know what I'm talking about?
womanizer.
Yeah, I mean, not really
Like
too
you
much.
got
Yeah.
your
So
stripes.
I was able to manipulate. I can have so many women to this day can say I was their first.
Wow.
I go in like the club we got in Houston, Dreams, and what other name of the other clubs, Carrington, all that other stuff. And I can go in there and say, man, I can walk up to about 10 to 15 women sometime, and just say, "You remember me? Oh yeah, God, what? Who was the first one to make love to? He first one. You broke my virginity." So I was advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Girls my age couldn't stand a chance with me. I know where to touch them. I know how to kiss them. I know how to talk to them. Everything. So I was advanced from watching my uncles, and for sure from that woman who had molested me. She taught me everything about a woman body.
Wow. Did you ever discuss that with your mom or your dad?
My mom would have killed her.
So your mom never knew about
Never
this?
knew about it until she was on her recipe on her dying bed. We talked about all that.
What about your brothers? You don't think she was doing it to your
Well, I
brothers
don't
too?
think so. But like I said, we ain't never talked about it. And I told me and him joked about it throughout the years. Like, yeah, she's put you to sleep and all this here. And, we laugh and talk about it. But he said he can't recollect anything that she had
So it
done.
was just you.
It was just me. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Well, me dealing with my family, ain't no telling who else she did. So, how the old saying go, And no telling what was her mind, what she come from, the nanny.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
She probably was molested
Right.
as a child,
And thought it was
and thought it was
okay.
okay, had some, how things go on in the black family or families, period.
Yeah.
And people molest kids and
All the
scared them off,
time.
scared to speak on it, and they just live with that for the rest of their life.
Right.
So,
And so, I mean, like, I was taken aback because you sent me a text the other day and you were like, Miko, I really want to just apologize to you on behalf of all men. Like, if someone hurt you or, just any woman that has ever had to endure some real pain, you sent a message to me like,
right,
you apologize on
right,
behalf of them because you are truly on like a spiritual journey,
right,
like your intentional healing, and I had no idea you were going through all of this when we were in school. Like we
right,
just laughing in
right.
homeroom,
That's
we
right.
we telling jokes, we get in trouble, like all the way up to Sterling. Like that's about a 6-year span, and you hid that so well.
Yes.
Whatever you were going through at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, like a person that saw you every day and I could
Right.
never tell something. Well, not that I would know the signs,
Mm-hmm.
but I could never tell something was going on.
Right. That's right.
But I imagine, like if you were having a relationship with somebody, I'm sure they probably got maybe some of that from you,
Right.
some of that pain,
Backlash.
maybe
right.
that showed up in the form of you mistreating them or
Right.
thinking it was normal just to have so many women at once, no matter who it hurt,
Right.
or have sex with multiple women and just think it was okay because that was the norm in your household.
Right.
Can you walk us through maybe some of the relationships that you had during that time after you became a man? Like, what was that like? And did it like really stick with you how you hurt any of the women without saying any names?
Right. Of course. Well, I firmly believe, first of all, my involvement with these different women and the way I treated them or even looked at them stemmed from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And my trust issue was bad with women because how can I trust a woman? The woman that I supposed to love, because this old saying that any child first love and first teacher is his mother.
Right.
Rather, if it's a paternal mother, or the grandmama, the neighbor, that's who he pretty much view other women.
Right.
And I was on a good track to view other women through my grandparents. There was some
yeah.
beautiful women, and to this day, I still have my, so to say, even when I was in my player mode, I always had a woman in my house that mimicked my grandmother's.
Okay.
The nurturer, the caretaker, not the club, but not the the woman that cooked, the woman that cleaned, the woman that family origin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my women
Your
on the
place
streets,
of
right,
peace.
right, that's right. I was peace at home, but the women on the street gave me that rowdy, gave me really my mother.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So and really, but looking back at my mother, and I hate to say it, not trying to throw my mother on the bus because we really had rekindled our relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was
amends.
right. We had amends. We had a rough patch, especially when I got to the age of 14 myself.
Right.
I left my mother's house and never came back as
Okay.
far as living with her. But I dealt with my mother in so many ways because you got to understand the mentality of a person, first of all, with an 8th grade education, no more than 8th grade education, giving birth at the age of 14, 15.
Right.
Just endured everything you can possibly think of on the street level. My mother. You know what I'm saying? So, but just to see her, how she interact with men. So I'm saying to myself, man, I know my mama messing over this person, that person, and she done did this and did that. So what makes me think the next woman ain't the same as my mother?
Wow.
So no matter how they come in the picture with me, in the back of my mind, I'm saying,
I
Man,
gotta
I
treat
know
them
you-
like my mother.
pretty much the ones on the street, I'm talking about
Right.
special ones I'm running the women. So yeah, but I can honestly say that the experience I had with a lot of black women, they had great intentions and a lot of women have loved me. And I have loved some women. I'll tell all my pilots, man, I love all my women. I don't know about y'all. If I'm involved with it, if I sleep with you more than 2-3 times,
I love
I
you.
love you. You know what I'm talking about? So any player in the world will let you tell you that. He lying. Or he won't be dealing with them.
Right.
And you have to be a hell of a dude. And let's get this straight. I'm not a pimp. Never was. Never claimed to be a pimp. A lot of people don't know what a pimp is. And I ain't here to get no definition of pimp. I'm saying that's not my lane. My lane is, and I don't intentionally, at the time when I was doing the plan, I didn't intentionally play on women.
Right.
I didn't intentionally say, oh, I'm finna play, I'm finna.
Right.
My intention is, hey, man, you know, that's my little mama. We grind, we doing things together. But everything I have endured ended up coming out
right
with these women. You know what
Right.
I'm talking about? And that's what make the love go sour.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Every last one of them every last one I ever dealt with, either they helped me financially.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they helped me far as anything I needed to be done for business wise, or she might be a good cook, or she might be clean. She a nurse. So every woman in my life
had a role. Yeah.
And I'm just in the center, and they doing this here. They need this here. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you not married, or you just say, I'm single. I got friends. You my friend. And that's one thing we're going to tell a woman. Hey, we just friends.
We just friends. You don't want a relationship.
I don't want to say we friends. I don't, you know.
And as soon as it start getting serious, then you try to back up a little bit
right.
and say, hey, no, I told you we were just friends.
Right. And they ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
And that's the danger.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And that is the danger.
So how many women would you say at one time, what's the most that you've dealt with? So like you got your person at home, run them through the roles for me. Like,
well, I'm going to say this here.
1 through 5.
It has to be, I know we probably let's be mindful that before I went to prison, I was a different person.
Right.
And after prison.
Right.
But all in the same time still, quote unquote, being a player.
Right.
I tried to, when I got out of prison, I tried, and I hope she forgive me, and she have forgiven me. I hope my ex-wife, which is my daughter, mother, I told her one day when it was getting to the end, I said, man, really, this is a try and error for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So really, based on telling her, hey, man, first of all, I ain't never had no job, really. I ain't never, especially I ain't never been married, and I ain't never lived in a house. So everything I have never started a business before.
Right.
So everything I have accomplished on this journey post prison, after prison, was really trying to walk a straight path, trying to circumvent my past.
Right.
And especially running women.
Right.
So what I need to do? Get married. Okay, well, shit, let me get married. Maybe that'll mitigate my thirst for women. You know what I'm talking about? Right. You know what I'm saying? And remind you, I went to prison for 15 years without a woman. But my old saying used to be, I'm going to try to make clean. I done had enough, put like this, I had enough women in my life to retire.
Right.
Before I went to prison. Now, I'm 19 years old. When I went to prison, I got out when I was 36. I'm 53 now. Yeah. So that journey, so when I came home, I ended up getting married. I came home 2007. I got married 11/11/11. I never forget. That's on 11 month, 11 day, 11 year.
2011.
2011. I had got married. It was 11/11/11. You know what I'm talking about?
Be a good
yeah, that was a good thing. I'm saying, but that was to my wife.
Yeah.
But what happened with that? We end up, of course, you know, like the old saying, you can take
the person
take
out
them
the
out the hood,
hood,
but you can't goddamn me take the hood out of them. So that player, I subdued them as long as I could.
Yeah.
So I was out here, and then what happened was, so I started really getting out. Well, first I was going to work, come home.
Yeah.
Going to work, come home.
You tried.
I tried. Shit, I tried. You know what I'm talking about? Then I'm still, and then the thing is that my circle's still the same from my old friends. You got to understand the influence of your peers, your partners.
Right.
You know, all my partners players.
Right.
Married or not married, you know what I'm talking about? They still playing the game.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So, and I'm sitting back looking at it like, oh, yeah, that's the norm. But I'm saying to myself, boy, you can square it up all the way. I done
you thought
turned
it was
the
gone
top.
out of you though, right?
Yeah, I thought it was gone.
Right.
You know, but you know,
because you used to be like a person like, okay, we riding in the car, riding in the slab. Don't look at no other guy.
Right, yeah, that's why you tell. Yeah, that's stories on
explain that type of story to
the
yes, real
well,
quick.
And that's sick. And I'm just wondering, you know, I want people, you know, they can judge me all they want, but this was a thing in my neighborhood, and the thing was that you know, well, you know, if I'm from Houston, you know, we ride the slab, and the slab is the car. You know what I'm talking about? So, but while we're in the car with a woman, we used to call the thing called ass whooping contract.
Yeah.
If she signed the ass whooping contract, she in. And basically that's saying that if I already been telling you, hey man, don't touch my radio, don't do this and don't do that, and especially when we right at the light and another dude pull up in his slab, I wouldn't give a damn if that's Jesus Christ over there. Don't look over there. And if you look over there, you telling me you admiring his car. Yeah, there was some sick stuff. We jealous, whatever work out, but that was just the law in my circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? We ain't on no pimp situation or no, trying to, be no slave master and she the slave. But just these the rules. And if you break these rules, I probably ain't no telling. I might slap you. I might jack you up. I might just put you out of my car, whatever. Whatever the case may be.
Light.
At the light or whatever, get you out there.
Because I told you, don't look.
And the ass whooping contract is official once you drop her off, whether you didn't kick the ass or whether you didn't pushed her, just cussed out.
Yeah.
When she call you back, not you calling her apologizing. If she call, I'm gonna take 2-3 days, take a month. And you just don't know what shit. She ain't called it. Back then we had pages, so the page go off. When the page go off,
as long as she didn't call, she was safe.
No, she safe. It's over. I'm saying it's over.
Yeah.
But
if she called you
call back that, and after you either whooped her head or disrespect or whatever, she called you back. What that's telling us that she with the program.
Okay. So
she just done signed her life over. You know what I'm talking about? She didn't really sign her. You know what I'm talking about? Her rights of whatever the rights may be. Yeah. Now we play on that. Yeah. So what we gonna do?
Yeah.
Any chance we get, if we angry or we mad, we're gonna take it out on her. Because she gonna accept it. And we're gonna go make love afterwards. That's toxic shit. You understand that? Yeah. Well, that's the mind of a kid. Yeah. When I was young, 16, 17, 18, all the way up to pretty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I came home, I wasn't nowhere on that about touching a woman. One thing, I was a black woman, because nowadays y'all pay. Shit, y'all pay.
I don't think you want to try that.
No, I ain't trying that. And my wife and my ex-wife,
you don't need a license no
she
more.
used to go to the gun range.
Right.
And she didn't even too much know about my past about no women. I didn't really share that, but I'm saying to myself, well, I'm glad I made the transformation. Yes. That might be my last time. I remember this woman told me before I went to prison, and when I was out here messing with a chick named, and her mama, and we used to fight a lot. She been signed the ass with the contract. And her mama told me, she said, boy, you raise your hand at my daughter one more time. When whoever come to your funeral, while you in that casket, your hand's still gonna be in the air. I say, yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Kim.
She had one of them old school mamas. She had one of them old school mamas. I ain't mean to say her name, but
I know, like, okay.
But it's the truth. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, so yeah.
But okay, so I am so glad that you have changed, you've matured, and you got a daughter. And you're setting a great example. And I hear how you talk about your daughter. You have the very fondest love, utmost respect. She is the apple of your eyes. So I know daughters soften you up.
Yes.
And you want to be able to live a life in front of them that you can be proud of.
Right.
So I think that's part of, she's getting older. And so you got to set the example.
That's right. Most definitely. And I most definitely don't want her to meet nobody like I was. So that's.
But if she do, you there to help her out say, hey, look.
Right. I'm just going to give
this is your past, but this don't have to be your future.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So great. So now let's get to it.
Let's get to it
because you recently was involved in a very dramatic situation.
At the age of 53.
At 53.
Still got some drama. So what that say about me?
You made a decision because you were messing with a married woman.
Yes.
You decided to cut her off.
Yes.
And the almighty D, it's a little hard to cut a woman off.
Yes, I know now.
And so I would like for you to tell us the story of the woman you were messing with, because you decided that, okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try to be right. I'm going to go a different route, a different pattern. Right. But something crazy happened. So tell us about the woman that you cut off.
Right. So basically, me and her, we was having a relationship for about a good 2 years. And about a year and a half, a strong year and a half. But the last of it, we was kind of fading out. Right. Okay. So, and to put the icing on the cake, that she had a husband. Mm-hmm. Still have a husband. Right.
He's married.
He's married. All common law, whatever. They've been together since the day me and her started talking.
Okay.
And I know of him and all this here. So, but she tried to mitigate the situation and make it seem like, oh, he ain't ever there, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I ain't tripping away. I'm single.
Right.
So I'm with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially, I want you to have a man. That's the type of player I was.
You want to be the one they cheat with.
Yeah, I mean, they cheat with me. I mean, I'd rather get
Because I don't want nothing permanent. I just want to be the one you cheating with.
That's right.
Okay.
You can go, so that way you can go back to him. And he has to pay the bills.
Yes.
He paying all the bills.
Okay.
He going with all the emotions, with the kids. She got everything.
She got 4 kids.
Yeah, she got 4 kids.
Okay.
Like and one of the kids is his. The last kid is his.
Okay.
You know, and the reason, one of the reasons, and don't get me wrong, and this is the message too. Be careful who you shower your love on, and because even though, like I told you in the beginning, I don't seek women, I don't woo them to manipulate them.
Right.
It just end up happening because of who I am, where
your
I come
personality.
from.
You draw people
I draw
to
them to who I am.
I'm
right.
personality.
That's right. And then any sharp person from the streets listen to what's going on with the individual. So you're gonna either play on it.
Yeah.
Or that's you, period. That's just me. But you're gonna brush up and enhance it.
Right.
Especially somebody that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Without consciously trying to lure them in the wrong path. It's just, hey, this is me. This is what's going on. Okay, then she like this. So she was telling me in the beginning that a man don't even send her flowers to her job. Don't even really know where she work at. Ain't never been up the job. Ain't never been up there. Well, that's what she telling me.
Right.
So you never know on the other side. I understand that too. But everything she was telling me he wasn't doing, I'm doing it time 10.
Okay.
You talking about? So, and I liked it her, and ended up falling in love with her. She fell in love with me. We done been all over the world. We done traveled on planes, and then she ain't never been on no plane. I'm the first one that took her on a plane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all this here that opened up her mind to a whole new world. So when she come back home to him, the body there, she don't, okay, good. And then she even went to the point to where she stopped having sex with the man and everything, and got pregnant by me during this course. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that was my baby. Because I know one thing you understand, when you got a woman, she's focusing on you, nothing else matters.
Right.
I don't give a damn. She had two
She over there, but her mind and body is
with me. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So that, and this on a regular basis, and the sex life is out off the chain. We didn't have sex everywhere, all in restaurants. I done did everything that you can think of to do with a woman, with this woman.
In a restaurant.
Hell yeah. We could be sitting down at the restaurant and 4-star, 5-star restaurant. I said, I'm finna go to this restaurant. I already told her, well, dress with no panties. So when I'm finna go in the restroom and text her while I'm in the restroom, come on in here. So she go, now I'm smart enough not to go into the women's restroom, because if I get caught with a man, if a man come in there and catch us, she giving me oral sex, whatever, in the room, or I'm into a sexual naked in there, a man gonna either smile, give you thumbs up, or walk up out of there.
Right.
I don't care
what's
the nationality. He ain't probably 9 times out of 10 he ain't finna run in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But if I was in a woman's restroom, they gonna scream Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So I understood
y'all
that
had
part.
a system.
Yes. So all that, and that's the wild side of it. That's an adventure. Everybody want that excitement. So that's something we can talk about. We get in the car, talk. So all that we did all that. So the thing is that now she's head over heels.
Right.
And which don't get me wrong. And she's a playerette, what we want to call.
Yeah.
She used to go get hotel rooms, especially my birthday, anything type out there. She gonna already have it decorated. You know what I'm talking about? Let's say we finna go to Louisiana. She done already called down there and got the room set. When we walk up in the room, it's full of balloons, full of champagne, written on the wall, just because. So I'm saying, man, let mama.
Do you think she used her husband's?
No, she had to. Probably credit cards and all kind of stuff to pay for stuff,
So financial infidelity.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? So all that,
Okay.
So, but the thing is, what really prompted me to kind of slide back from her, she was too disrespectful to him. Meaning that I understand, 'cause I'm from the streets.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, that man gonna pop.
Right.
Well, if he this tall, from the streets, church boy, whatever he is.
It was
but come
okay
find
at
out,
first,
yeah.
but it started to bother you a little bit.
It bothered me. I got a conscious of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not some fact that it could happen to me or that's wrong,
Right.
but just the fact that she's slipping because it could cause a major problem.
Right.
Or as somebody can get hurt.
Right.
And I'm going to protect myself.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm not looking for no trouble or nothing like that, but I understand a man, I understand love.
Right.
And let's get to how she come through the window. Through love. So the thing is, so mind you, I cut off pretty much cold turkey. Now I start focusing on the woman that I'm currently that involved with.
Yeah.
So what happened was I haven't been talking to her like a couple of months or so. And every now and then she'll call. Now, so you gotta understand, she's
devastated.
She's not only devastated, she's fiending
right
to be a part of me.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to say like I'm all bag of chips and all this, but I know I put it down sexually, I put it down romantically, I put it down and then we swap money. I do things for it, baby. Go $400-$500, go $1,000, go shopping. So I'm doing all, you know what I'm talking about? We really in a full-fledged relationship, but me.
Like y'all married.
Right. Exactly. But guess what?
Really with the guy at home.
Right. But my thing is we just friends.
Right.
But I love you.
Yeah.
I love everything. But we're friends. So I'm trying to give me some security just in case, you know what I'm saying, about she catch me getting caught up, you know what I'm saying, all this
like
stuff.
we got this contract, we just
friends. We're just friends. So what are you tripping for? You got a whole family at the house.
And kids.
Yeah, so what'll
home.
make you want to come and do anything, the things you did? So what did she do? This here. So like I told you, we wasn't talking for a couple of months or so. She started back texting. So when she called me, I know when we talk on the phone, normally, once we talk on the phone, I say, man, I need to see you. We back home.
Yeah.
Because that love, that passion still left.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We both, I was missing her at times. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know if I continue to talk to her, we're going to be back in the swing again.
Right.
So I was just trying to
and you was trying to move on.
I was trying to move on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Try to get myself together, my transformation, and even focus on one woman. If I, you know what I'm saying, if I could, no woman. As far as myself, getting myself together. That's why I even went vegan. Everything. I'm vegan now because of all the transformation.
Right.
Trying to change everything about me. Because everything I've been
taught.
Mind,
body, soul.
Right. Everything I've been taught, especially from my family, my uncles, and how to eat, how to live, how to be, was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm finally trying to be me and do.
Right.
And do me. You know what I'm talking about? What I think is right for guy. So, make a long story short, I end up talking to her like 2 or 3 days before the incident happened. And this fresh. This about not even a good month, not 2 or 3 weeks at the tops.
Yeah. I think you said it was Thanksgiving.
Right after it had to been the week right after the Friday after Thanksgiving. Or the next couple of days after Thanksgiving. But like that, because the girl I not just recently moved into my house during that time.
Right. So you moved a new girl into your house that you were seeing.
Right.
And she has a child.
Yeah, she have a child.
Okay.
Right. If you want to expound on that, we can. But the reason why I moved in, we can expound on
no.
that. Okay. So the thing is that
a son at that.
Right.
She got a son.
A son, which I see in me. You know
right.
what I'm talking about? So I'm really there to give him the opportunities that I didn't have.
Right.
As a young boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole conversation in itself. But the woman that came through the window, what we're going to call it, the woman that came through the window. So the thing is this here. So she called me the day before. And yes, I told the girl in my house, and I told her, I said, I love her. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, why we came? I said, man, listen, man, I'm just on a whole new journey. I just want to go on, focus on your family and everything. Let me focus on here. Maybe next year or something, do 25 with Mike and rekindle. But right now, no. You know what I'm talking about? So at the same time, but I know how she is. I couldn't just come out and say, I got a woman at the house.
Right.
She was going to come over there right then.
Yeah.
So I just know, just by dealing with her, I know I'm just trying to handle it, let it ease, let it play itself off. Because I know sooner or later, if I don't talk to her nothing, she going to probably end up, she already got a man at home. So she can just say, well, the hell we got.
And she kind of feisty. She kind of like a little tiger.
That's what draws me to her. She reminds me of my mama.
Yeah.
And so, but she ain't the type of woman I want to have in my house.
Right.
But the woman that I can have fun, talk shit. We talk. You know what I'm saying? We have fun. You know, outside and all this here. You know, she fit. She got the description of a street girl.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't get me wrong, take nothing from her. She really
going
to school and everything. Yeah, she ain't just no hood rat type.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So, but she just Sunnyside.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm talking about? Yeah, so
yeah.
she good. But at the same time, so what happened
She
was
make the decision to come on over because she
she
can't
called
get
me.
none
Right,
from you.
right, that's right. No sex, no talking, no nothing. So mind you, I'm in the bed. This Friday. This is how it go down. I'm in the bed and she called me. So I said, call. Now mind you, the new girl, she's in the shower. Her son is in one of the rooms. So I just hung. I was already asleep. She called, so I just hung the phone up. Then I cut my phone out, put it on the charger. I don't know if she probably.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, so it's around about 10:30, about 10 something. Cause the news, I can remember the news was just on. So I laid, I'm going to sleep. So next thing you know, the little boy come through the door. Boom, 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 like kind of knock, well, not really, kind of knock on our door closed. You know what I'm saying? Mom in that shower, I'm in that bed. So he knock on the door, coming out. I can tell his general, he panicking like, Mr. God, somebody beating on the door. Somebody beating on windows. Now I'm like, windows and doors? What? His room, mind you, it's all the way on the back side. You have to really jump the gate and come around the gate to get to his window.
Yeah.
But he can hear my daughter window room right next to his.
Yeah.
So he hearing that because that's the front of the house.
Right.
And so I'm get up. I said to myself, man, this little boy probably tripping. Man, I don't know what it is. So I'm finna walk towards the living room. So when I walk toward the living room, I hear boom, boom, boom. I'm like, man, what is that, man? He for real. Like, man, what's going on? So ain't no normal knock. It ain't no, it's banging. Like somebody got, like a police, everybody trying to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, so man. So next thing you know, I look, I can see the shadow going from the kitchen part, back of the house, side of the house. I say, man, it really is somebody else. But I'm saying to myself, whoever it is, y'all trying to make a prank, this is your last joke. Because some people that might want to play, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Knock on your door and all that, they're playing with you. And probably want my partner to come from out of town. I know a lot of people,
Right.
that. So I'm saying to myself, boy, this boy last joke.
Don't think it's funny. I'm coming out here though.
Right. So, bam, now, I'm standing in my door of the master bedroom and the living room. All this is I already seen him walk this way, so I don't see no more for a shadow through the window. Next thing you know, my back room window, boom, boom, boom. I say, man, so I start hollering, hey, who is this? Hey, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm finna shoot through so next thing you know, I hear it come, boom, boom, to my, like trying to break my window down. They ain't talking, so I don't know who it is. Man, where my gun at? Where my gun? I'm hollering to the girl that's in the shower. So now by this time, she got out the shower, peeped through the door.
Yeah.
So she peeped through the door, like, what is all that noise? Because at night it's supposed to have rain.
Yeah.
She think it was raining up. I said, man, where's my gun?
Yeah.
So the thing is, so when she said, I don't know, look, you be having by the bed. So she hit a bang again, boom. So she closed the door. When she closed the door, she went and hide in the closet, went in there and checked her son. Like,
come on,
hide. Told him to hide in the room. In his closet.
Okay.
So they hide in the closet. So she started hearing me, where my gun? So while the noise making, now here come the dumbbell, come through the window. Boom. So I see the dumbbell. Now mind you, the day before that, I'm in the backyard working out. And I promise, I looked at that dumbbell and said, man, I need to put that dumbbell up. Somebody might throw that motherfucker that came through my window. And so, boy, so I'm black. That thing came through the window. You remember me? So when it come through the window, now it reminds you the blinds, we just had the blinds. They didn't want no curtains, blind.
Yeah.
It went through the blind, so I still can't see it. I got the double panel window. So the second dumbbell come through. When it came through the window, the blinds and everything come down. She's standing there looking like Wonder Woman, somebody. I say, well, I look at her, I say, man, you tripping. Hey, no. And then she went to going out. Now, black woman go off cussing and I was going out. Now you got me effed up. Man, you got a whole woman over here. So first of all, how you know this here? Now, mind you, my truck and her car is outside. I got a garage.
Right.
But the garage was messed up.
Right.
So we had to park outside.
Right.
But how do you even figure that's a woman?
Right.
That could be my brother, cousin, or my daughter mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Just dropping my daughter off or
Yeah.
coming by.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is, and you ain't got wind that I got a woman.
Right.
So now I'm sitting up there like, man, I'm really in awe. Like this woman just really, like, you got the picture. I sent you the picture of the house. You know what I'm saying?
So she didn't climb physically through the
No,
window.
yes, I'm finna get. So now while I'm sitting up, we talking. Mind you, I got on boxes, my underwear, and just a mustard shirt. No socks, no shoes. I see all the glass. It's like I'm standing here, she right there with a wall. And the window is bust out. So I'm saying to myself, I ain't finna go over there with the glass. I ain't got my shoes and nothing. I ain't, and it's still dark in my house, in the room a little bit. I ain't cut the light on yet, but the TV on. Next thing you know, she's doesn't know now where to be at, where to be at. Where she at? I'm like, man, who? What you talking about? Oh, okay, you want to play stupid? And when she put that first foot in that window, I say it's real. So she coming, she coming in. I remind you, when you bust a glass, you got all kind of spikes. And, man, she bleeding like a hog coming out. Some of the parts when I see it, you can see it catch her right here.
Feel it.
She pumped
her
up.
Adrenaline was so high.
She emotional. You know what I'm saying? So when she trying to get in, I grabbed right now. My arm is still messed up right now. I grabbed it like that old saying, you never know your strength.
Yeah.
Now this is mine. This is a 20-pound cast iron dumbbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just grab it right now. But by the time I get to 10, I'm all in.
Yeah.
It's time to you feel it. Yeah. But I grabbed it as if it's a piece of paper. And my chunk, I grabbed it trying to prevent her from coming in. Think it's gonna stop her or something. Yeah. I hit her. She like, that's all you got? and came on in there. And when she came in, she swung on me, but I grabbed her. She be like 4'11".
Yeah.
That old bitty thing. You know what I'm talking about? But feisty. So I grabbed her, man, what's wrong? You tripping? No, whatever. Now she bleeding like a hog. I'm talking about bleeding. I got blood all over my floor.
Like a crime scene.
Man, like a crime scene. So she running, what she had running beating her. So she went in the door with a girl, but not knowing she in the closet. So I grabbed her then. Man, now mind you, my house got deadbolts. I mean, you got to have the key to come in or come out.
Yeah.
So I ain't got no key in the door, so I'm trying to get her. So I got to go through the garage. And the garage messed up, so I got to let the garage up. So I got the garage. So she took out running through my house. Mind you, she know my house because she done been there.
Yeah.
She run straight to my daughter's room. Oh, yeah, your daughter ain't here. She ain't here. I'm telling myself, you lucky she ain't here.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So the thing is, make a long story short, I ended up getting out of the By that time, the girl and her son calling 911.
Yeah.
And we got an intruder, a burglar. You know what I'm talking about? So
they don't know who it is.
They don't know it. So right. So by the time I get her outside, soon as I get outside, the law is put up. So I'm thinking quick. Black man, full of blood, domestic violence, a little bitty girl. They gonna probably end up killing me. So I'm let her go real quick. I got on the ground before they ain't say lay it down. I'm yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I'm the victim. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I'm howling like a female. Oh, no, not me. Yeah. So, by this time, now the girl done came out the closet. So now I'm the one we called it. So they handcuffed. They handcuffed both of them because they don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They had to make sure.
And remind you, the girl come over there in her husband's car.
Yeah.
They had to tell him. That night, I ended up talking to him about the situation.
Yeah.
I had to ask him one thing. Man, you know me. You know everything about me, everything. What is it, man, that allow you to keep this woman and you know everything she did and you know she got pregnant by me? You know this in the midst of your household. Man, I got to know, man. What is it? That man say, man, I'm just head over heels. I love her. I say, man, I respect that. I never mess with your woman again.
Right.
And that was what it was.
Woo! I'm so glad that, didn't end really bad for you.
Right.
And then, wait a minute. We left a part out because he had to end up calling you.
Right, that's what I'm just saying. I just briefly, because she had to make her first jail call.
Right.
And
she had made to get jail call to the husband.
And she had the audacity to tell her husband, so she had to come up with something.
Right.
So, I seen guy at the Whataburger. Now, mind you, I don't even eat fast foods. I don't even eat no damn what I'm doing at Whataburger. Having a prayer meeting or something. So I'm up there. So she say she seen me at Whataburger.
Right.
And we got into it about why you ain't calling me and all that.
Right.
And I took her phone.
Right.
Why would I take her phone knowing I got a woman and go straight to my house?
Right.
Is that a career, the dummy of the water deal? So that don't make no sense. And he knew that.
Right.
And he was like, man, this don't add up, man. He said,
right.
It don't add up, man. You know what I'm saying? So he just wanted to know where his truck at. I said, man, she came over in your truck, they told it, bro.
Right.
And then he was nice and polite. And guess what? I didn't even know she wanted me to get at us so bad, or whoever the girl midst of the struggle in the house, she ended up taking my garage door open and the key to my truck. I used to leave it on right there by the front door. So she grabbed it. And she know, because she know mine, she grabbed it. I didn't know it. I ain't, because I'm my adrenaline pumping, trying to, really trying to protect these people
in the house. She could come back in that house once she come back out of jail. Right.
So the thing is, he telling me, he say, man, the record truck, he called me back after we got to talking about everything. He called me back and said, man, they said it's a Dodge key in my truck. I said, man, I said, hold on. I went through all of man, where's my key? If I wanted to go somewhere, I could even. And then I ain't know this until the next day.
Right.
I'm still in the house cleaning up blood. Yeah, I'm shell shot, scared. I'm talking about, say, man, it just, but that teaches me the lesson of that there is that be careful who you, even who you charm.
Yeah.
Who you really fall in love with, or they fall in love with you, because a lot of people can't take rejection.
Oh, they can't take getting cut
that's
off.
That's what her main problem
is.
Women. She can't tell. She's a very controlling woman.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, if her husband then tried to leave before, he told me, man, I didn't try to leave before. Get what she do? Come and bust his car windows out or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what she do. And come to find out, she's known for this help. Fighting dudes and doing this help. I should have known she was crazy when she told me one day, we on the phone talking and whatever. I mean, she was texting me. I wasn't responding. That's what the girl told me. She say, shit, you better be down there with Tiger and Hookie. My mama named Tiger, my brother named Hookie. And they deceased.
Yes, you better be somewhere.
She said, I better be down there in paradise down there. Because I ain't answering that phone. I should know the woman was crazy then.
Well, I'm so glad that you shared your story. I'm so glad that you took the time to just decide you wanted something better in your life.
That's right.
And I think you're going to be the better going forward for it. I mean, I commend you for wanting to turn against that prior life you were living and wanting to do better by women.
Right.
I thank you for that. And I know that you're on this journey, so I kind of just want to ask you a few closing questions just to close it out, because we covered a lot of stuff today. And so I know you're going to help some people when they hear this podcast.
Right.
So if you had the opportunity, because a pivotal time in your life was when you were 2 years old.
Right.
So if you had an opportunity to go back and say, talk to your younger self, your 12-year-old self, what would you tell your 12-year-old self about everything in life? Or how would you lead them? Or what kind of advice would you have for the 12-year-old guy?
Well, that's a good question. Basically, I would go back and tell him, man, first of all, man, it's not your fault. That you're basically, like I said in the beginning, that you're a product of your environment.
Right.
You're a product of your uncles. You're a product of your mom. And, you have principles instilled in you from your great-grandmother, but she's been long gone. So now all these things you have endured without the true love of your life, the true teacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those people who taught you, they just taught you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Your life is going to end up well. It's going to end up well.
You're going to have a few struggles.
You're going to have a few struggles because of the things that been innate, that you have inherited from your people and from your community.
Your background traits.
That's right. All that, you know what I'm saying? So
your first introductions to pimps, hustlers, gambling, all of that.
Yes.
But you're going to be okay. Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Stay strong.
Stay strong. And remember the values that your great-grandmama gave you.
Yes. It's always in the back of your mind.
Right.
You can hear great-grandmama saying, hey, baby, treat people good, do right by people. In the end.
In the end, you're going to win. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that no matter how we end up, if we are able to tell about our story or while we're caught up in our folly, if we can just have a moment to revert back to what we know, we will go back to what we know.
Good. Okay, all right. So what about your mom and your dad? What would you tell them now about all the stuff that they exposed you to at an early age?
Well, like I say, me and my mom really did have this talk. I would again tell her I forgive her because I understand what she went through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because she couldn't love me because she wasn't loved. How you gonna love
Ooh,
somebody that
that's
you ain't never
strong.
been loved?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I really understand that. And then if you go back to my dad, his father got killed in prison
Mm-hmm.
trying to escape. So he didn't grow up with his father. His father went to prison and died when he was a young age. So everything he knew came from his community,
Right. The streets.
the streets. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we all end up doing. But I would really tell her thank you for your strength, because she have taught me how to survive.
And be
You know,
tough.
and to be tough. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You know, and my dad, he was more the quiet. So I extract my demeanor from my dad.
The gentleness.
The gentleman, yeah, he cool, laid, but he'll fight. Well, if it go
Don't
down,
get
it's
out
going
of
down.
line.
Right, right. He known for scrapping.
Yeah.
So dad gonna fight, but he's not the initiator. He's
Yeah.
the finisher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mama's the starter, the finish, the middle, the end.
Yes.
Tiger, everything.
She gonna start
That's
a
going
fight, she gonna
down.
finish
That's
it.
right, and that's why
you
we got
even talked
right.
about you had to help her fight some of these
Men and men.
sometimes.
All these so-called uncles and women back
Right.
there. I look up, I got to, because my mama done did something.
Yeah.
She gonna start it.
Start a fight.
Yeah, so I ain't finna sit back and let no man jump on my mama. It could be
Right.
her real brother. I'm jumping in.
Right.
But I was at 12 years old fighting, especially by this time she ended up meeting my sister dad.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like about 12 or 13. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Real briefly, I was still staying with her. So, and they fought all the time.
Oh,
I had to fight this man on a daily basis.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, those things like that stuck with me as a kid. You know what I'm talking about? And all throughout my adulthood. So
Yeah.
anything that come close to my experience with my mom and my family, I'm on it. You know what I'm
Right.
talking about? I'm on it.
So, and what about the nanny? Like, I want to apologize to you
Mhm.
on behalf of the nanny because
Right.
you didn't deserve that as
Right.
a kid.
That's right.
Like, you were in your tender years, your formative years, and no matter what she went through in her past, she did not have the right to violate you like
That's right.
that. And I feel like I want you to just speak to the mothers, because I know we talked about this before. We always try to protect our girls and this and that, but we
Right.
also need to protect our boys as well, because
Very, very much.
we always think men on men,
Right.
but it's a very real thing that older women
Right.
molest younger boys.
That's right. That's right. And to expound on that and go right back to what I was telling you about my uncle, he had condoned a molest.
Yeah,
If he would, let's turn back time. Say, for instance, my uncle would have say, "What that woman at?"
right,
And went and checked her, and I
Right.
put in my mind that ain't right.
right.
But he put it in my mind that
It
it's
was
okay.
Yeah.
What was going on with me? So okay, if that's what's going on, well, I'm finna go out and see everything I done been learning.
Right.
And I used to hear my mama having sex. So
Right.
all this in my mind playing back to what the woman showing me and knowing my
Yeah.
mama doing it and all this stuff here. So what I would
Man.
tell the women today, especially we already know about the daughter, because I got a daughter. I don't let my daughter go spend night nowhere.
Me neither.
I'm
I
talking
don't
about
play
she
that.
cannot, and they say I'm overprotected.
Right.
No, I'm not
You
overprotected.
can't be.
On my watch, my
Right.
daughter will not, especially when I was living in the house. We was together all the way to my daughter was 8 years old. My daughter ain't number 12 now.
Uh-huh.
So I ain't been out of life for, I'm an active dad. I'm talking
Right.
about games,
Yeah.
talking on the phone, sitting there talking,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? But more, when you're in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't let my daughter go with my sister. I mean, she can go during the daytime, but when it get night, I need to come get my baby.
Right.
Oh, well, it's late. We spend night. No.
No.
Because the thing is, I don't know what you got going on. And
you
time,
from the same family.
Right. And and not trusting my sister,
Yeah.
but her company.
Right.
And her
Right.
son. And she thought I was
Yes.
wrong by that. My nephew is at an age to where he's smelling himself, so to say.
Right,
So, and he advanced. So he see a little girl there, he can easily touch her
Right.
and say, not saying that my nephew would do
Right,
that. Not
right,
saying,
right,
I'm
right.
saying that's
No,
what
I totally get
this
it. I
happens.
totally get it.
You know what I'm talking about? And then he's so big, he can be like, don't you tell your daddy,
Right, right.
I'm gonna do something to that. You know that happens.
Right.
But to prevent that even happening, do not leave my daughter alone with nobody. If it ain't you, whoever come get her,
Right.
there's a door, because you're gonna be responsible. You
Right.
won't shit on your
I
part.
respect that
Right.
totally.
So
and
what I would
understand that.
tell, I'm gonna make it real brief. What I would tell women that got young boys, they take it lightly that, oh, he's a young man, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think we should preserve young men virginity as well.
Right.
until they get married or whatever. I think it'll work better. Not saying I know we live in a society where that probably won't
That's
slim
not
to
the
none.
norm.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you can
Right.
teach your son to preserve himself until he get married, or until he's an adult. You see what I'm saying?
Or at least if a child comes to you, or if you notice a pattern that's a little off, acknowledge it, ask
Right.
questions
Right.
like, is something wrong? Did somebody touch
touching
you?
Right,
What's
right.
going on? Talk to
Right,
me. Because,
right.
I mean, you have to have that open door where kids will be free enough
Right.
to trust you, to tell you what's going on.
That's right.
So I respect that wholeheartedly.
That's right.
I mean, like,
we need to protect our sons just as much as we protect our daughters.
right.
And men need
and
to
that's
stop
the message.
putting out the persona that
It's okay.
It's a man to have sex.
Right.
Or you man, oh shit, that's my boy.
That's
You know
a
what I'm
good
talking about?
thing.
Especially, I know a lot of men do it when their son's 14 and 15. They feel like, shit, man, you ain't getting none.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Because he
Like
know
something
that
wrong
he
with
was,
you.
the average man was having sex when he was 14,
Right,
15.
right.
The average man. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about? So he feel like, his son's supposed to follow his lead.
Yeah.
But no, that's not right. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I would tell him.
Well, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I know it took a lot for you to share these personal, intimate stories. I mean, it needed to be said. This is a topic that we support here at the podcast.
Right.
It's a platform for helping people change their mindsets, get out of the old way of living, and help your families. Like,
Right.
talk to your families. Like, make it a norm for you to say, let's decide we're going to live right going forward.
That's right.
And we talked about, like, it got to start with somebody. It stops with us. Those old generational curses and generational poverty and generational just secrets
Right.
of molestation, abuse, it stops with us.
Right.
And here, I'm the person, you're the person.
Right.
Whoever is on the train with us, we're trying to do better for the generation in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Our legacy, we want to do better.
Right.
So, I mean, I know you could share some really graphic
Yes,
stories.
Yes, coming
mean,
near you in the book. I
not-
got so many things. I
Not
can
on
break
a
down.
daytime,
Right.
like a family show, but we will be talking soon where you're going to share some of these really graphic stories that you have endured. But again, you're putting a book out, so I know it's going to be a bestseller.
Right.
I'm looking
Appreciate it.
forward to reading it.
Thank you.
So, hey, that's our show for today. Thank you, guys, again. And this is the last episode of season 1. We made it. We had 10 episodes. I can't believe it went so fast. But hey, Happy New Year. And we look forward to seeing you in 2025. This is the Influence Her Mindset podcast, where we have a platform of healing the mindset for the family, for your finances, for your inheritances and your legacies to come. So, you want to say any final words?
Well,
Just
yes.
close it out.
Just close it out. I just want to say once again, I do apologize to every black woman that I came in their life and destroyed. And that, if I can turn back the hands of times, I would probably, at least for sure, respect them and treat them better. I think that we as men have the tendency or the propensity of thinking that a woman is lesser than us, in which we understand the hierarchy of man of the house or head of the household, all that there. But we have to get back to respecting our women, especially black women, as we respect our mothers and our daughters.
Oh, that's good.
And that's
I
what
like
I
that.
would like to end with that there.
All right. Y'all heard it here. And we shall see you in 2025. You want to say Happy New Year?
Happy New Year.
2025.
Let's get it.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.